ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातान् सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमः। ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतुषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। आराध्यो भगवान् व्रजेश तनया तद्धाम वृंदावन रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधू वर्गे नया कल्पिता। श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलं प्रेम पुमर्तो महान् श्रीचैतन्य महाप्रभुरमतमिदं तत्रार्धरानं परः। Hare Krishna. So we welcome all the devotees for today's program. Today is the most auspicious day. Today is the disappearance day of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, Srila Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Three of very prominent, very powerful acharyas in the line of Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. And it is our great good fortune to celebrate these festivals, the appearance and disappearance day of wonderful personalities. So just now, about an hour before 6:35, I get a call from Rameshwar Kanai Prabhu, and he ordered me to give class because I think His Grace Ratnakar Gauranga Prabhu, he couldn't make it today. And I consider it as Krishna's blessing and arrangement only, because today, originally we were supposed to have class of Premanjan Prabhu because our Bhagavad Gita sessions are still on, but that got cancelled. And I had a CA Institute meeting, but till 6:30 I didn't get any confirmation whether the meeting is there or not. So I told him that give me 2 minutes, I'll call the committee and let you know if there is a meeting or not. And they told no, today for some reason we are not having the meeting. So then it was a clear plan of Krishna, that Krishna wanted me to get engaged in service through Rameshwar Kanai Prabhu. So thank you very much, Prabhuji, for engaging me in service. And because it was so sudden that I just had only a time to take bath and come for the class. So then I said that, obviously not sure whether I can take on the verse, but just 2 days before there was Vijay Dashami, a very, very important festival. It's also known as Shri Ram Vijay Utsav, or also known as Dasahara. Dashera, it is the day after Navratri gets over. Very, very important day. So I had a little bit preparation on that. So I thought I will just share my few thoughts with you based on one article written by His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. So I seek blessing of all the assembled devotees, and for the pleasure of their lordship, for my own purification, we would just like to attempt to speak something. So with your permission, Prabhu, I will begin. Thank you, Prabhu. So, as we know that this very, very important festival, Vijay Dashami, which is considered as victory of good over evil. You will find so many WhatsApp messages circulating, particularly on the day of Dussehra, which will speak about victory of good over evil, and how Ravan is killed. Generally, people make efficacy of Ravan, and they burn it as a symbolic representation of killing the Ravan by Lord Ramchandra ji. So Dashara is the day when the battle of Ramayana, meaning the battle between Ram and Ravan, ended, and Lord Ram killed this personality Ravan. Obviously, Ravan is no ordinary soul. He is one among Jai and Vijay. So you all know the story how 4 sons of Brahma, 4 Kumaras, they go to Vaikuntha and they are stopped by Jai Vijay. And then the Jai Vijay is cursed by 4 Kumaras. And then Lord Narayan, Vishnu, he intervenes and he pacifies 4 Kumaras, and he says, I ask forgiveness on behalf of my servant, because the act done by servant is considered the act done by the master. And then he says that when they say that we have already cursed them, so now you have 2 options, Jai and Vijay. Either you can take birth of 7 births or 5 births, I don't remember, or as devotees, or take 3 births as demon. And they choose, they say that we cannot remain away from Lord so much, so 3 birth is okay. So then they take first birth as, and indeed it is so connecting, Prabhu. Indeed, I was thinking that the current chapter which you are reading in Srimad Bhagavatam is the pregnancy of Diti, right? I think that is the chapter which is going on. So this is how basically the whole story comes up, that Diti request Kashyap Muni to have union at a wrong time, and he says that demons will come up, and therefore this Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh, they actually take birth. So the first birth of Jai Vijay is in the form of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh. The second birth is in the form of Ravana and Kumbhakarna, and the third is in the form of Shishupala and Dantavakra. So basically, Ravan is no ordinary soul in the sense that he is the associate of the Lord, but obviously he comes as demon. And indeed, the name Lord Ram. Okay, I would like this to be interactive. Can somebody tell me the meaning of word Ram? Please unmute. Feel free yourself to speak.
Pleasure potency.
Pleasure potency. Okay. Pleasure giver. Okay. What else? What else? Okay. If nobody want to try further, I will tell. Actually, the word Ram comes from. Yes, somebody want to try? Okay. So the word Ram, is made. Ra means Ravan. I think all the eyebrows will go up now. That how I am saying Ra means Ravan. But Ra means Ravan and Ma means Maranasya Yatha. So Ravan, Ravanasya Maranam Yatha. So one who is born to kill Ravan is Ram. So this is one meaning our acharyas tell that Ravan का वध करने के लिए ही राम का जन्म हुआ था. So as Lord says, यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहं परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. And in first canto, third chapter, where the list of incarnations are given, in the first incarnation out of the 24 incarnation, Prabhupada writes in the purport saying that Lord comes for a specific purpose. So all the incarnation of the Lord, Prabhupada writes, comes for a specific purpose. So this incarnation of Lord Ramchandraji came obviously to kill Ravan, and obviously to achieve so many other things, because one incarnation of Lord has multiple dimensions. So Lord Ram came to kill Ravan. So to obviously to take the story further, so all the devotees obviously know about the story very much, very very nicely about Ramayana. Many times we have heard, we have read Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, and how the story goes and all. But Ravan represents one more thing I just wanted to tell, that obviously many times probably we would have read Ramayana, heard Ramayana, but it's very very important actually to first of all to hear again and again. That is one very very important qualification and requirement for a sadhaka to progress in the path of devotional service. And externally, this Ramayana may seem to be a story, to seem to be a leela, or maybe a household drama, because generally this is the drama in the house of Dasrath Maharaj. So Dasrath have 4 sons, and how the whole Ramayana unfolds. So externally it may seem to be a story, but deep within inside there is a wonderful message. There is a lot of emotions. There is an encryption of some thoughtful, thought-provoking siksha, some messages inside the story. And unfortunately, many cannot decode this message. We generally see it from the emotional point of view, from the story point of view, from the Leela point of view. But our acharyas, they have taken so much of hard labor also to give it to the people general, so that everyone understand this deep message behind Ramayana. So that is also very very important to understand. Like for example, Ram is one who gives pleasure to others, as everybody rightly said, that he is a pleasure giving potency. Prabhupada writes the reservoir of pleasure is Lord Ramchandraji. So Ram, he gives pleasure to everyone, and Ravan, against Ram, he actually gives distress to everybody. Ravan actually gave distress to everybody he came in contact with. So if you see, Ravan had collected so many curses in his life. Can somebody tell me who all cursed Ravan? Ravan had many curses on his head. If in case you remember, you can please tell me.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Nala Kuber had cursed him.
Very nice. Wonderful. Wonderful. Nal Kuber had cursed Ravan. Very nice. Wonderful.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Nandi ji.
Nandi. Very nice, Bhavya. Very nice. Wonderful. So,
Hare
all.
Krishna. Kuvera.
Kubera, definitely yes. Kuber, he had actually snatched the Lanka from Kuber only.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Devanjali ji.
Vedvati.
Vedvati, very nice, wonderful, very, very nice.
Anusuya Mata.
Anusuya Mata. Yeah, so Nandi,
And
Brahmaji,
Sita Devi also.
Sita Devi. Sita Devi, in one sense, didn't curse proper meaning, but obviously he already had a curse on the head so that, he couldn't, touch Sita. So that was because of the curse only that he couldn't do Jor Jabardasti with Sita. But he had lot of curses. Wherever he went, he actually collected the curses. And because of this curse of the people, Ravan died actually. So the important point in the lesson which we need to understand in life is that against the curses, we need to collect the blessings of the devotees. So sometimes whatever devotees tell us to do, we should collect the blessings of the devotees and serve the devotees. That is very, very important, because blessing is actually a kavach for a devotee. And even Lord Krishna, Lord Narayan, he cannot do anything. I think in many, many pastimes, even in the pastime of Bali Maharaj, Lord says that I cannot do anything to Bali because he has got so much of blessings of the Brahmanas. So blessing is really very, very important. And bhakti is actually the art of converting curses into blessing, which obviously Ravan didn't have any idea. So he had 10 head, so Ravan is known as Dasanan. He had 10 heads, but he had no brain. Unfortunately, he didn't have any intelligence. In one sense, Ravana was very intelligent. People say he's also considered as a Brahmani Putra. He had, a lot of, power, bhakti, and many, many things. But unfortunately, he didn't have proper intelligence. Against this, you have Dasarath. So what is meaning of Dasarath? Das means 10 and Rath means the chariot. So one whose chariot can go in 10 directions and conquer the 10 directions simultaneously, he is known as Dasarath. And all our senses, there are 10 gross senses which we have. So one who can control this 10 gross senses is known as Dasaratha. Okay. And to such Dasarath, Ram takes birth. And against Dasarath, there is Dashanan, so who had 10 heads, but none of the head of Ravan was under his control. They were all out of control. They were like horses going in different direction. And therefore, Ravana could not actually lead a proper life and he had to die. So this is very, very important for us to understand that So all the personalities, in Ramayana, there are many personalities. So just with the name, you will understand their nature. Like for example, Vali. Vali is considered as temptation. So he was like a temptation. So temptation means, suppose a person who has a diabetes. So if a normal person eats a rasgulla, it will have X kind of effect on him. But a person with the diabetic, if he eats rasgulla, then that will have 10x effect on him. Because first of all, he has diabetes. And secondly, it is a known fact that a person who has diabetes, he cannot control his urge to eat sweet, right? It is very, very difficult. So therefore, his ability to say no to the sweet becomes half, and the power of sweet becomes double. So that's what Vali was. So anybody who could go in front of Bali, their power will become half, and Vali's power will become double. And that's how Vali will defeat everybody. So there are many, characters in Ramayana, but just, our focus will be on Dashanan. So Dashanan means 10 head. Ravan had this 10 head. And unfortunately, none of the head of Ravana was under his control. And as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that one whose mind is controlled, mind is best of the friend, but uncontrolled is worst of the enemy. So Ravan actually represents lust of Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya. Ravana represent lust, and this lust is a very, very dangerous enemy of a person. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Kam esha krodh esha rajoguna samudbhava mahashano mahapapma. That it is mahashana, it is mahapapma. It's like fire. It keeps burning, 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 and it's a force. Like Arjun says that I don't want to get indulged into a sin, but it seems that there is some external pressure which is coming upon me. And Krishna says it is lust only, O Arjuna, which takes the form of wrath, anger, and wrath, and things like that. So anger is known as kamanuj. So when kam gets fulfilled, then basically you become greedy for it. And once the kam is not fulfilled, then you become angry. So basically both are, and Krishna says that kam, krodh, and lobh, these are royal gates to hell. So this is very, very important for us to understand. So therefore, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Atmendriya priti vancha tare bale kam, Krishnendriya priti ichha dhare premanam. So what is lust? Lust is not only the gross sense gratification of our skin physically, but anything which takes us away from Krishna, any desire which takes us away from Krishna, Atmendriya priti vancha. So if we just want to satisfy our senses or our ichha, our desire, and the desire can be of for name, fame, adoration, distinction, glorification, control. Some people, they want to control everything. They are all like little Ishwar. This is my area. This is my, and some people want fame, adoration, distinction, and all those things. So anything which takes us away from Krishna, anything other than service to Krishna is considered as lust. And Ravana was personification, but more so, he was also personification to gross lust. So therefore, he had 10 head, and Ravana got 10 warnings in his life. Okay, but unfortunately, he couldn't pay any attention to that. He couldn't take it seriously. And I'll just ask one question. Like, for example, if somebody is driving a car and he sees a sign which says danger ahead, then what will we do? Maybe I'll ask somebody. So if our car is going and we get a board put up by the government or the municipality which says danger ahead, what will we do? Anybody?
We'll slow down.
We will drive carefully.
We'll slow down, we'll hit brakes and slow down, Nehaji is saying. Okay, we will slow down.
The way like U-turn.
We will take a U-turn. Very nice. What else?
We'll drive carefully, saying that.
Obviously, we will not go ahead. First thing is that rather than slowing down and all, definitely we will slow down, but we will not go ahead because there is a danger inside. If we go, some calamity may happen, some dangerous situation, some accident may happen, right? So therefore, we will not go ahead. Okay. But suppose by chance we didn't pay attention and we went ahead and we saw another sign, because generally what happens, the government puts multiple signs actually, just not just one sign, but saying that okay, in 500 meters, 1000 meters, or 1 kilometer, there is some kind of a danger. And if a person suppose continuously keeps ignoring danger sign, one after another, okay, one you ignored, no problem, second you ignored, no problem, third. So if suppose a person who is going to ignore 10 signs of danger, 10 dangerous signs, then nobody should be blamed. It is he should be blamed, because he may land into some kind of a trouble. So the intelligent person is that you understand, unfortunately Ravan got 10 warnings in his life, but he didn't pay attention. He didn't so therefore he has to meet with this fate, that he had to die in the hand of Lord Ram. So let us try to understand what were these warnings which was given to Ravana. So the warning number 1, okay, those who have not maybe like my Bhakti Vriksha member, I don't want you to respond, but others who has not attended, who gave first warning to Ravan? रावण को पहला वार्निंग किसने दिया था?
मरीचि।
कौन बोला ये? Who said this?
पूजा प्रभु जी।
पूजा मैंने आपको ना कहा था बोलने के लिए क्योंकि आपने ऑलरेडी अटेंड किया है। हमारे भक्ति वृक्षा मेंबर सुनते नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं।
Vibhishan Prabhuji.
नहीं,
Vibhishan.
Anita Mataji, it was Marisha only. Puja has given the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted others also to try. So, so it was Marichi. So what happened? So what happened that when Ram had fight with Khar Dushan, Tadka. So at that time Marich was also there, and Ram had killed around 14,000 soldiers of the Ravan's army. And when Ravan came to know about this, he was very furious that who is this one who has actually killed my 14,000 soldiers. So he went to Marich, and because Lord Ram had shot one arrow to Marich, and Marich had flown in the air for miles together, and he was so much afraid of Lord Ram. So when he went, Ravan went to him, and Marich, in a very diplomatic way, he actually told Ravan that, please don't go and do any panga with Lord Ram, because I have seen his power. He's too powerful. He killed your 14,000 soldiers, including Khar Dushan, and he had actually thrown me away so much. So I am so much afraid that if I hear the word Ra, so even Ravan, somebody says, but I'm so afraid that I actually, meaning see it in Ram. So please don't do any panga with him. And like that, he actually tells, and Ravan, in one sense, he understands, and he said, okay. But unfortunately, what happens that Ravan is instigated. So sometimes, some people, they may be cruel, they may be, very difficult guys. They may listen to some good advice unless and until they are instigated. So Ravan was instigated by somebody. Who instigated Ravan? Shurpanka. Very nice, correct. So Shurpanka, she was flying in the air and she saw Lord Ram. Okay. And she actually had come there with the intention to kill Ram and eat, because she had smelled human flesh. So she wanted to eat whoever was there. But when she saw Lord Ram, her lunch got converted into her love interest. You understand? So her lunch got converted into her love interest, and she fell in love with Lord Ram. And she told that I have never seen a personality like you. You are so beautiful. I want to marry you. And Lord Ram says that one wife, one arrow, and one word. Yeah, this is what I follow. So I am already married. Sita is here. I cannot marry you. If you want, you can go to Lakshman. And she was so shameless that Surpanka actually went to Lakshman and told, you are also very beautiful. If not Ram, then you. No problem. I want to marry you. And the Lakshman says that I can marry you, but the problem is that if you marry me, you will become slave. You will become Dasi. But you want to become Queen, Rani, or you want to become Dasi? She said, no, I want to become Rani only. Who becomes Das? Nobody want to become Das in this world. Everyone want to become boss. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Gopi Bhartur Pad Kamale or Das, Dasanu Das. And everyone in this world want to become boss, bossanu boss, unfortunately. So then she goes to Ram, then Ram sends to Lakshman like this, and then ultimately she attacks on Sita, because she said that Sita is the problem. And she wanted to kill Sita and eat Sita. And at that time, Lakshman, cuts off her nose and ear, and then she goes back to Ravan, and then she tells her own story. Yeah, instead of telling the truth that why she went to Ram, what exactly happened, she said that, oh brother, I saw Ram's wife is so beautiful. She's the most beautiful lady in this world. She's like Miss Universe, Miss World, and you should have her, and not Ram. So I actually went, but they actually did something like this to me. So Ravan became very furious, and then he said that now I'm just having this, having to have this lady, because the lust which was there inside the heart of Ravana got started burning when she heard about the beauty of the Sita. And this is what actually happens, like we should be very, very careful what we hear also, because hearing impact us so much. Like Rukmani got attracted to Krishna just by hearing glories of Krishna. And Ravana was opposite, that he heard about the beauty of Sita Mata, and then he got so much, grossly attracted to Sita Mata, and he wanted to abduct. So he again goes to Marich, And he says, Khalli Valli, I have come here not to listen to your advice. I am telling you something. You just become a deer and bewilder Ram. I will go and abduct Sita. And Marich says that I am again telling you, Ravan, you are doing a mistake. Please don't do something like this. You have to pay a heavy price. And Ravan says, I am not here to listen to you. Just do whatever I am telling. Otherwise, you have to die in my hand. So Marich was intelligent. He said that rather than dying, from your hand, it is better to die from the hand of Lord Ram. So then he becomes a golden deer, and this is how Lord Ram goes behind golden deer, and then Ravana comes and he abducts Sita, and then he takes away. So this was the first signal, first advice given by Marich to to Ravana, and Ravana ignored. Okay, and he abducted Sita. So then what happens? Who gave the second advice to Ravan? Who gave second warning to Ravan? Anybody?
Oh, Vibhishan gave, Prabhu. Vibhishan gave.
Vibhishan was third, Prabhuji. So before
Mandodari.
Hanumanji.
Mandodari.
Yeah. Whoever said Hanumanji is correct. Yeah, Mandodari also gave. So these are the warnings Ravana got, but whoever said Hanumanji is correct. So Hanumanji, he gave warning to Ravana, because when he came, so first of all, Ravana had, Ravana was considering this Vanaras as insignificant, humans and Vanaras as insignificant. So he thought that, I cannot be killed by these people. So he had taken so many, blessings, but he had ignored completely. So Vanar को वो कुछ समझता ही नहीं था. इसलिए one time he actually went to have fight with Vali when he heard about the power of Vali. But he knew that if I go right in front of the Vali, then half my power will go to Vali. So he went from behind when Vali was doing Sandhya, and Vali would do Sandhya at three locations, at three oceans actually. So Vali was sitting, and Ravan thought that I will go from behind, I will catch his tail, and ऐसा घुमा के पटक दूंगा उसको और मार दूंगा, तो Vali will be हरी बोल. But as soon as Ravan goes and catches the tail of Vali वो पूरा उसका हाथ एकदम दबा देता है, and he actually circles the body of the Ravan with so tightly that Ravan hardly can breathe. And then Vali jumps from one mountain to another mountain. He does his Sandhya, comes back and asks Ravan, why have you come here? And Ravan completely changes. He says, I have come here to make friendship with you. And this is what the demonic personalities are. But then they actually make alliance. ये दोस्ती हम नहीं छोड़ेंगे. Anyway, so then when he saw that Hanumanji came to Lanka and he made this Ashok Vatika into Shok Vatika and destroyed, so much of, this garden, Ravan was very, very furious. So first of all, you all know the story. Everyone knows that how, the search party, they went to the ocean, and Sampati gives this message to Angad and the team saying that Sita is, outside the ocean, meaning the other side of the ocean. Now the problem was that who will cross the ocean? And then Jamvanji said that when I was young, I actually circumambulated the globe 21 times, but I am old now, I cannot go. So then Angad said that I can jump, but I cannot come back. And then some Vanara said, I can jump only 50 kilometers or, like 50 yojanas, 100 yojanas, and, it was impossible. And that Hanumanji was actually in deep meditation, and Jamvan goes and reminds Hanuman and says that you are the one actually who can do this. So he says that kauna hi janakt ho jag mein kapi sankat mochan naam tiharo. He says that Lanka jao siya sudhi lao, Lanka jao siya sudhi lao. And कि अपने बल को कछु ध्यान करो, हनुमान महाबलशाली, हनुमान महाबलशाली, बजरंग बली उपकारी, अपने बल को कछु ध्यान करो, हनुमान महाबलहारी. So he says that you actually have the power, but you have forgotten. Please remember that curse which was given to you, and you will remember everything. And then Hanumanji actually he remembers everything. So Nitya Shuddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabu Noy, Shravanandi Suddha Chitte Koriya Uday. That Lord Krishna's love is there in our heart. It has to be just awakened by hearing. So when Hanumanji hears from Jamvan, who's like Guru, he actually remembers his love, and then he jumps across. Jai Shri Ram, Ram Naam ke pankh laga ke, Hanumat bhare udan, Hanumat bhare udan. So Hanumanji, he reaches. Obviously, he gets four obstacle on the way: Mainak mountain, Sursa, Simhika, and Lankini. And crossing all these obstacles, Ravan goes, and then he meets Sita Maiya, and then he destroys this Ashok Vatika. He kills Akshay Kumar, and then Jambu Mali. He kills, and then Meghnad comes and he releases Brahmastra, and respecting Brahmastra, Hanumanji gets caught and goes to Ravan's Lanka, and he tells Ravan that whatever you are doing is actually so bad. You are lust personification. Please release Sita, and Ram will forgive you. Please give back Sita. But Ravan was so much obsessed with his lust and his illusion and his power, that he did not actually listen to the advice of Hanumanji. And when Hanumanji actually directly addressed him as Kami, Lobhi, and so he said that let us kill this guy. And then Vibhishan said, no, you cannot kill a ambassador, you cannot kill Rajdut. You can just obviously give some punishment. And then he says that the tail of a Vanar, a monkey, is very, very dear. So, put fire on, this tail on the fire, and that's how the tail is burned. And Hanumanji burns the whole Lanka. And after burning the whole Lanka, he again tells Ravan, he says that, see, I am just one simple Vanar from the army of Lord Ram. There are much more qualified people in Lord Ram's army. If I can burn your Lanka, you can imagine what will be your fate. Please give Sita back. And Ravana doesn't listen. So this was the second warning, which is ignored by the second head of Ravana. He doesn't pay. Then the third, as Sukhakar Prabhu very rightly said, was Vibhishan. So Vibhishan gave third warning to Ravana. So what happens basically when Hanumanji burns the whole Lanka, Ravana actually calls for an emergency meeting. And he says that, okay, there is this, business continuity planning, BCP meeting. So he says that there is, immediate disaster recovery, or whatever it is we can call it in our corporate language. So there is an urgent meeting is called, and all the ministers actually tell Ravan that actually we were not properly prepared. This Hanuman came suddenly and he attacked on us. But don't worry, we will actually kill all the Vanaras. But Vibhishan says that, no, Ravan, please listen. This Hanumanji was not an ordinary person. Okay, he could do so much of damage. So please release Sita. Otherwise, the whole Rakshas clan will be, doomed. And then he doesn't listen to Vibhishan. Vibhishan actually puts on his, when he takes off his mukut, puts in the feet of Ravan, and he says that you can, reject me, but please don't reject my advice. Okay, and Ravan becomes so furious that this Vibhishan is actually telling like this, and he kicks him and makes him go away from Lanka. Then Vibhishan has no other shelter, so he actually goes to Lord Ram. And when he reaches to Lord Ram asks everybody that what should we do, and everyone says that no, he is actually brother of our enemy, we should not accept him. We don't know what is there in their mind and all those things. But then Ram looks at Hanumanji, and Hanumanji has met already Vibhishanji, and he knew that how big devotee of Lord Ram he was there, that although living in Lanka, which was so difficult place for him, he was actually a great devotee of Lord Ram. So then he says that, no, you please accept Vibhishan, because Vibhishan is very genuine. And then at that time, Lord Ram makes this announcement. He says that anybody who comes to my shelter and just tells me that I am yours, O Ram, I will accept him, even if it is, my enemy or brother of my enemy. So even if Ravan comes, no problem. So he actually coronates Vibhishan and makes him Lankesh. He says that, okay, you are Lankesh. So Vibhishan's warning, that is the third warning, that is ignored by Ravana. Then who gives the fourth warning to Ravan? In chronological order, I'm asking. Yes, Mandodari and all this also there, but who gives the fourth warning to Ravan? If you can remember the
Angad. Yes.
Vivek said Angad.
Yes.
Angad was fifth. Before Angad, somebody else gave.
I think Kumbhakarna also gave warning that don't fight with him.
Sukhakar Prabhu, Kumbhakarna was also later. He was late, because he was sleeping, and then he just before. Yes, Vivek. Sorry.
Ravan's Nana ji.
Very nice. But just before that, there is one more person. Just one more person. So I'm trying that all of us should also remember the sequence of Ramayana, how it goes in the Yuddha
Excellent,
Kand.
excellent.
So okay. It
Meghnad-
was, yes. Madhusudan Prabhu.
मेघनाथ ने भी बोला था.
अरे बाबा मेघनाथ तो सबसे लास्ट में है.
ओके.
मेघनाथ तो सबसे लास्ट, ऑलमोस्ट सबसे लास्ट, मंदोदरी के पहले. इट वाज सुक एंड सारण. एनीबॉडी रिमेंबर्स दिस नेम, सुक एंड सारण?
हाँ, जो उनके गुप्तचर थे.
हाँ, गुप्तचर. वेरी नाइस. सो वो गुप्तचर थे सुक एंड सारण. उन्होंने रावण को एडवाइस दिया था. कब? बिकॉज व्हेन दे वेंट इन द, यस सुकर प्रभु, सॉरी.
No, Guptacharan means?
गुप्तचर मींस स्पाई. स्पाई.
Oh, okay.
Spy. Raw agent in today's
Spy,
term.
spy.
Spy. So they actually go jasus. So jasus लोग, they, तो रावण sent them, मतलब राम के सेना की तहकीकात करने के लिए वो लोग गए थे. You know, like we have जासूस CIDs, no? So वो तहकीकात करने के लिए गए थे, ये देखने के लिए that how powerful is Ram's army. So they went and they wanted to find out all the secrets and all those things so that they can destroy the army of Lord Ram. But what happens, unfortunately, because Vibhishan is already there in Lord Ram's camp, and they go by changing their form. So they, because this Rakshasa had this power, so they actually take form of monkeys and they go inside the army of the monkeys just to find out. So all the monkeys, they couldn't recognize them. But Vibhishan could recognize that, oh, they are the Shuk and Sharan. So then he actually catches them. And then what happens when they catch, all these monkeys, they are very angry upon Ravan because he has abducted Sita, and for months together they are searching for this, Mata Sita and all those things. And still Lord Ram is so calm and cool and considerate that he is not immediately attacking Ravan, but he is actually just giving warning after warning after warning. So अंदर से ना उनको खुजली हो रही थी वानरों को, that we want to fight. So when they catch Suk and Saran, they start beating them, right, left and center, like black and blue. They just beat them. And hearing this commotion, Lord Ram comes out, and Ram says that what happened. And then Ram comes to know that itna sara, they are just beating. And then he says that what happened. And Vibhishan says that they are actually demons, Shuk and Saran. They have come here. Then Ram says, okay, no problem. They have come here to have investigation about our army. No problem. Give them the free hand. Let them take, the tour, and then inform Ravan. But go and tell Ravan that we are certainly going to kill you if you don't come to your senses. Okay, like that Lord Ram actually texts. So Shuk and Saran, after taking, the whole investigation, pura tahqiqat karne ke baad mein, they go and they tell Ravan that, oh my dear master, please listen to our advice. Please give Sita back. And Ravan becomes furious. He says, why are you telling like this? He says that I have seen the army of Ram. एक से एक महारथी है वहां पे, सुग्रीव, Nal, Neel, Hanuman, Angad, so many people are there, and certainly, there are like crores and crores and crores and crores and crores and crores and crores of Vanaras which we couldn't count. Indeed, there is an incident which I don't remember, but they tell that, one, then 100, then 10, 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, so 1 crore, if you put, 100 crore, then it becomes 1 Sanku, then it becomes 1 Og, then it becomes 1, Padma, then, Mahapadma, and he says that there are like 100 crore Mahashank, Mahapadma soldiers in Ram's army. So this is what a lord is, that he's managing the army of Vanaras. If somebody claims to be lord, then Gaurang Prabhu says that give them 4 monkeys to manage. If they can manage 4 monkeys, then you can consider them as lord. Otherwise, very difficult. Lord Ram was actually managing such a huge army. So Shuk and Saran, but Ravan does not listen to this advice also. So this is advice number 4. The 4th advice ignored by the 4th head of Ravan. Then the 5th advice, as I think Aman Prabhu told, or somebody told, Angad. So Angad was the youngest army general of Lord Ram. So Lord Ram sends to Angad to Ravan's palace and says that this is the last warning you please give. That as Krishna also did, he went as a peace messenger, that please give 5 villages, and Duryodhan was so foolish that he said that I will not give a land which will fit on the eye of a needle. And then obviously he has to meet his, and so then Angad goes and Angad tells Ravan that, see, I'm just requesting you and I'm your well-wisher because I'm son of Vali and Vali and you were like close friend. So from that relationship, I'm telling you, please return Mother Sita. Otherwise you will die. And then Ravan tries to persuade him to join his army. He says, oh, you are son of Vali? Why didn't you tell me before? Vali was such a great friend of mine. You please come and join my army. I will make you army general. And, Angad becomes so furious. He says that, you are actually fool. And Ravan started glorifying himself. So he says that, why are you glorifying yourself? I know that you actually came to attack my father, but my father, he actually put you under arm for so many months. And then, all this Banasur actually, he caught you as somebody catches the insect. So he said that you don't have any power. And my father could do something to you, and Lord Ram killed my father. Vali, how powerful he is. Please understand. But Ravan does not pay attention. Then what Angad does, he says, okay, I am putting my feet in your palace. Okay. Anybody who can lift my feet, any of your soldier, I am declaring from the point of view of Lord Ram that, we will actually leave Sita and go away. But please, so he actually, puts his feet there actually, और अंगद अपना पैर वहां पे गाड़ देता है. And very nicely in Ramayana, even Ramanand Sagar had described that एक योद्धा आवे अपनी सारी शक्ति लगावे, पग नहीं हिले वीर मुस्कावे, बोले राम जी की जय. So everyone comes actually, and all the yoddhas, they think that अरे इसको तो उठा के फेंक देंगे, he's just like a child, वन छोटा सा बच्चा है. But nobody could actually move the feet of Angad. And everyone comes and tries, and all the yoddhas, they come, including Indrajit. So Indrajit also comes. That is the final hope, that he actually catches the feet of Vanar Angad, and he couldn't do anything. And he also goes and sits. Then Ravan comes finally, and he is about to just catch the feet of Angad, and immediately Angad goes behind. And he says, Murk, you fool, why are you falling at my feet? If you want to fall, then fall at the feet of Lord Ram. He will actually, be very kind upon you. And when, Ravana is just, not trying to catch Angad's feet, his mukut falls down. And then Angad throws that mukut, which goes and falls at the feet of Lord Ram. And then Ram puts that mukut on the head of Vibhishan. So he ignores this advice also, which is advice number 5. What is the advice number 6? Somebody already told this name. Again, if somebody want to tell, that is Malyavan. Okay, so Malyavan was the maternal grandfather of Ravana, and he was very, very old wise man, very with wisdom. So he says that you fool, you don't understand. We will all get destroyed. Please return Sita. Why you are doing something like this? And Ravan becomes very angry with Malyavan, and he says that you are an old man. Okay, you have lost your intelligence. Satya gaya hai tu. You don't know who Ravan is. He said Airavat started, attacking on my chest, and his tusk got, broken. I have won all the devtas. You don't know all the devtas are there in my palace. Sun is below my feet. What this Vanvasi Bhikshuk Ram will do to me? Don't give me this kind of advice. And if you are afraid of not fighting, please go and do some tapasya. So he didn't listen to Malyavanji. He actually insulted Malyavanji. And Malyavan told that, no, you are doing wrong. Please return Sita. I'm telling you by my experience, and everything will be finished. So the Ravan doesn't listen to Malyavanji. So that is advice number 6. The 6th head of Ravan doesn't listen to the 6th advice. Then who gives the 7th advice to Ravan? The 7th warning received by Ravan by whom? Given by whom?
Mandodari.
No, Mandodari is 10.
Indrajit.
Indrajit is 9.
9.
Kumbhakarna is 8. Now I am at 7. So only one person is remaining. So you can think and tell me. Should I give some hint?
Yeah.
He is related to Mandodari. Mandodari's father. Anybody remembers the name? It is Maya Danav. Huh? It is Maya Danav. So, if you remember, yeah, so when Hanumanji had burnt Lanka, this was the Maya Danav who actually recreated the Lanka within one day. He was so powerful a demon, Maya Danav. So he was actually father of Mandodari. So this Maya Danav comes to Ravan and he tells that, why you want my daughter to become widow? Please understand and leave your jid, and please give Sita back to Ram, because you have so many wives, and just not having Sita will not make any difference to you. But Ravan, he didn't listen to his father-in-law also. He said that, please don't tell me all those things. You know the power of Ravan, who is he, and I am Ravan. Once I, एक बार जो मैंने कमिटमेंट कर ली तो फिर मैं अपने आप की भी नहीं सुनता. ये डायलॉग कहाँ से आया? रामायण में से. So all the dialogues which comes in the movie mostly is actually from our scriptures only. Anyway, so he says that एक बार मैंने कमिटमेंट कर ली तो फिर मैं अपने आप की भी नहीं सुनता. तो अभी मैंने बस निश्चित कर लिया कि सीता को अपना बनाना है. तुम्हें अपना बनाने की कसम खाई है. So इस प्रकार के लोग होते हैं. Anyway, so then he doesn't listen to this advice of Maya Danav also. That is advice number 7. And then by that time, many of the soldiers of Ravana are already killed. He has lost his sons also, Prahasta and all those things. And then at that time, he actually makes Kumbhakarna come. So Kumbhakarna is sleeping. He's a very gigantic personality, and he had this curse that for 6 months he will sleep. He will just wake up. He will eat something, and then again he will go to sleep. So he was just sleeping. He was in the mode of ignorance, completely, totally. And his time of getting up was not still come. He was in between his sleep. So they make so much of sound and all those things, and so many items are offered to him. And finally, his need is broken. His sleep is broken. And when sometimes the sleep of a person is broken, how he behaves. So Kumbhakarna goes crazy and he shouts. He said, "Kisne uthaya mere ko?" And who dared this actually? Then somebody says, "Ravan, there is an emergency." And Kumbhakarna comes to know about the whole the story. So when Kumbhakarna hears all the story that who has all died, Prahasta has died, Jambu Mali has died, Akshay Kumar has died, and so many people has actually already been killed. Vibhishan has gone, and all those things, he hears. So he also goes and gives good advice to his brother Ravan. And he says that you please, leave Sita. And then Ravan says, see, I have not woken up you, to listen to some advice from you. Whether you will fight for me or not, you tell me. So he said that, Bhaiya, I am anyway going to fight for you. But I am just telling you that why you want to, make this havoc. Please return Sita. And then he says, no, मैं Sita को अपना बनाना चाहता हूँ at any cost. Then Vibhishan gives, Kumbhakarna gives one advice to Ravan. He says, see, Ravan, तेरे को तो भेष बदलना आता है. Why don't you take the form of Lord Ram and go to Sita? You can easily take form of Lord Ram and go to Sita. Finished. Everything is all right for you. Then Ravan says कि मेरे को इतना मूर्ख समझता है क्या? क्या ये विचार मेरे मन में नहीं आया होगा? I already thought about it. But the problem is that if I have to take form of Lord Ram, I have to meditate upon Lord Ram. And when I meditate upon Lord Ram, Sita looks like mother. He said, I cannot do. So you please go and fight on behalf of me. So then actually, Kumbhakarna enters in the arena of fighting. And what happens that generally when any soldier is going to fight, they open the door of the main wall of the Lanka. But, Kumbhakarna is so huge that he just crosses the wall and he enters in the arena of fighting. And seeing this huge form of Kumbhakarna, there is a huge commotion in the army of Lord Ram. All the monkeys, they become so afraid of, this personality who is so huge. And what he is doing, he is just catching up the monkeys and putting up in his mouth just as some breakfast. So he's catching monkeys, putting in the mouth, catching monkeys, putting in the mouth, catching monkey, putting in the mouth. All the monkeys are so much afraid. And hearing this commotion, Lord Ram comes out, seeing what had happened along with Bibhishan. And when Lord Ram sees like this, oh, huge personality like a mountain. So then he looks at Bibhishan and asks him that, who is he? And Bibhishan says, my brother. He mera bhai hai. So he says, so huge. Then he says, yeah, that is what it is actually. And then there is a fight between Lord Ram and Kumbhakarna. And Kumbhakarna actually tells Bibhishan that you have done right thing. You are my younger brother. You have my Ashirwad. Hope I could have also done like this. And then there is a fight between Lord Ram and Kumbhakarna, and Kumbhakarna is finally killed. So this was the eighth warning, which was given by Kumbhakarna to Ravana. And he tells actually before going to the arena of fighting, he says that, see, I am going to fight Lord Ram, but I know that I am going to die. If you still want me to die, I will go, but I am still telling you, please return Sita. And Ravana does not listen to him. So after Kumbhakarna is dead, finally there is only Indrajit who remains. So then Indrajit, actually his name is Meghnath. But why he's called Indrajit? Because one time Ravana gets defeated by Indra, and then Meghnath goes and defeats Indra and brings back Ravana. And then in that day, he gets this name Indrajit. So Indrajit was very, very powerful. Indeed, he was such a Yodha. He had all the knowledge. He had all types of Shastras actually. He had Brahmastra, Pashupati Astra, Narayanastra, everything he had. And he goes in the arena, and one time he had already, given this Shakti Ban to Lakshman, and then Lakshman was Murchit. And then Hanumanji goes and brings Sanjeevani. We all know that story. So then he goes actually, and he has so much of, anger to fight with Lakshman. And he says that, Lakshman, aaj ya to tu rahega ya main rahunga. And today the yuddh is going to be end, complete. So they actually fight. So they fight so much. Mahasangram, there is huge fight between Lakshman and Indrajit, and nobody seemed to be like, getting victory. They both are, very heavy on each other. And toot padte ek dusre ke upar, so many baan, and then, he's a Mayavi. So sometimes he is, goes out of the vision. Sometimes he comes back, sometimes he puts so much, and then finally, seeing that Lakshman is very, very powerful, he actually releases Brahmastra. So Brahmastra chhodta hai, and when he releases the Brahmastra, Brahmas means the whole world can actually get, completely lost. So when Brahmastra comes right in front of Lakshman actually, with folded hand, he receives Brahmastra. So Brahmastra comes and he stops right in front of Lakshmanji. And then Brahmaji, he pays obeisances to Lakshman and he goes back. And Meghnath is shocked of his life. He said, my God, what happened? How can Brahmastra be, not working? Then he sends Pashupat Astra, which is Trishul of Lord Shiva. So when he releases the Trishul of Shiva, the Shiva Astra also comes right in front of Lakshman, offers obeisances. Lakshman also offers obeisances, and Shiva Astra also goes back. And then he's shocked of his life. He says, my God, something is wrong here. Because if Brahmaji and Shivaji cannot attack, that means he is superior than them. So then he actually puts Narayana Astra. So when this Narayana Astra is released on Lakshman, this chakra of Narayan, which is Narayana Astra, it comes and it circumambulates Lakshman 3-4 times, and then he also goes away. So at that moment, Indrajit realizes that Lakshman is not an ordinary person. He must be Narayan. And then he said that there are two Narayan. I was just thinking Ram is only Narayan, but Lakshman is also Narayan. So there is a double role here. Duplicate is there. So then he goes back from there to Ravana, and he tells that, oh, my dear father, I saw something very strange today in my life. Never ever I have witnessed something like this. I released Brahmastra. Brahmastra couldn't do anything of Lakshman. I released Pasupatastra. It also didn't work. Finally, I released Narayanastra. Narayanastra also couldn't work on Lakshman. So I believe very firmly, now I'm convinced that Lakshman is no ordinary soul. He must be Narayan. He is part of Narayan only. And then Ravan becomes so angry with Indrajit. He says, Indrajit, I had not, expected something like this from you. Okay, all my brothers and everyone told me, but I always had so much of faith on you. And you are the one who will never become, who will never be like fearful, and he will not show your back to, anybody. Then he becomes very angry. He said that, Pitaji, don't tell me that I'm coward. I'm very powerful. I can still go and kill Lakshman and Ram both, but I just came to tell you the truth because this is the truth. You must realize. And then no problem. Taking your blessing, I'm going and I'm going to be Shaheed, I know. But I'm not a coward. But I just came as my duty as my son to tell you the truth, what I saw. So I came. So then he actually goes back. So this is the 9th advice given to Ravan, 9th warning, which is ignored by the 9th head of Ravan. And then finally, obviously, Indrajit gets killed by Lakshman, and then Ravan is shocked of his life. He becomes mad, actually. He goes mad hearing the death of Indrajit, and somebody who comes to give the news of the death of Indrajit, he's trying to kill that person. He says that why you are telling me like this? I know Indrajit cannot die. Indrajit is, he had also conquered Indra. He cannot, and then he is not listening. So at that time, Mandodari comes. And Mandodari says that, see, everyone has killed, the last chirag of my life, Indrajit was there. I had so much of hope that you would give your jid, but you are not listening. Now at least listen. At least I will be happy that you will be alive. All my, sons and everyone has died, but at least, my husband will be there. You please give up Sita. And at that time, Ravan is saying that now you are telling me to give Sita back. How can I? What will I show my face if I go and die and go to all my brothers and my sons? They will say, अच्छा हम लोग को मरवा दिया और खुद सीता को बाद में दे के बच गए. नहीं, अभी तो कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए. I am going to have battle with Lord Ram, and Lord, obviously he doesn't say Lord. He says I am going to have battle with Ram and I will kill him. So like this, Mandodari gives so much proper advice to Ravan, but Ravan ignores that advice also, that warning also, which is given to Ravan. And finally Ravan goes, and then there is a fierceful battle between Ram and Ravan, and both are very powerful. And Ravan is actually on the Rath. He goes in the air sometime, he's fighting, and Ram is actually on the earth. Then the Devatas, they send one very beautiful, amazing, celestial Rath chariot for Lord Ram. And Matali, who is actually the charioteer of Indra, he comes and he says that Indradev has sent this Rath for you. Please, you mount on this Rath and then we will fight. I will take you also, equal to Ravan, and then you please fight. So then there is a huge, fierceful fight which is, happening between these two personalities. And Lord Ramchandraji, he kills one head of Ravan. Zup! And everyone says, Jai Shri Ram. And everyone feels that, okay, Ravan is dead. But then what happens? As soon as the head goes, another head comes on Ravan's body, and Ravan says, ha 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 ha. He laughs. And Ram, he says, what happened? I just killed his head. From where his head appeared? He shoots another arrow, zoop, and another head is cut off. And then another head comes up. So Ram, cuts 10 heads. All the heads come back. And then he's not able to understand. So this is what basically, the nature of Ravan, nature of lust is actually. So then Vibhishan tells that he's not going to die like this. Oh, you please, the lust is there in his heart, in his stomach. There is a nectar. Please dry it up. So then Ram actually puts that arrow, because Ram only has that arrow which can kill Ravan. So he actually shoots that arrow, which goes right in the stomach, in Nabhi of Ravan, and dries up the whole nectar. And then Ram shoots another arrow in the heart of Ravan, and zoop, it goes and hits hard to Ravan. And then Ravan, he leaves his Dhanushman and he just falls from the sky on the ground, shouting, Jai Shri Ram. Ultimately, he takes the name of Lord Ram, Shri Ram, and he dies actually there. And then everybody, all the, demigods, they come in the sky, they shower the flower, and everyone shouts, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. And Ramchandraji kills the Ravan on the day of Vijay Dashami, which is Dashera. And that is the day which marks the victory of good over evil. And Ravan is finally cut, to pieces, and he dies. So this is what is, the significance of Vijaya Dashami. And lust is very, very dangerous. So now, as a devotee, how can we overcome this actually? So Lust is L-U-S-T. So the lust can be conquered by dust, D-U-S-T. Okay. So if we have dust of the lotus feet of the devotees or lotus feet of the Lord in our life, then we can conquer this lust. So first of all, the feet of the Lord is very, very important. So even Brahmaji, Lord Shiva, Lakshmi, Narad Muni, everyone does worship of Lord's lotus feet. And it is said that just to attain that lotus feet, they did so much of tapasya. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Je pad labiya Rama tapasya koriya, Je pad paiya Shiva Shivatva labhiya, Je pad paiya Brahma कृतार्थ होइया, से पद नारद मुनि हृदय धरिया, एखोन बुझिनु प्रभु तोमार चरण, अशोक भयामृता पूर्ण सर्वखान. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur has also said, Shuddha Bhakkata Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula. So this dust of the lotus feet of the Lord and the devotees is so very important. And Srimad Bhagavatam says that unless and until we bathe ourselves with this, dust of the feet of the devotees, our life will not be perfect. So this dust, there is an acronym. So not mechanically, taking the dust means not that you just go, sometimes, some two devotees, they fight with each other, taking the dust. I have seen when sometimes you go to yatra, devotees are trying to take dust from each other's feet, and sometimes there is a commotion, there is a fight also. So this dust is the determination, understanding, submission, and training. So if we have determination to worship the Lord, to worship the devotees, and to perform this process of devotional service very, very nicely, doing our internal sadhana so very perfectly and pakka, then it is very, very important that we can actually overcome lust. So this determination is there in everybody. Nobody can say that, oh, mere mein determination hi nahi hai. Main kar hi nahi sakta. I cannot do this. Okay, I appreciate you guys can do, but I cannot do. But it is said that everyone has determination. Even a person who is, alcoholic, he has determination to at least find alcohol. So kahin na kahin se, jaise abhi in the lockdown, you would know that when there was a lockdown for a long time, and as soon as little relaxations were given, there was so much of huge queue at liquor shop. People, they actually risk their life also to go and get the liquor. So everyone has that determination. So first of all, we should have that determination like Dhruva, that nahi, mere ko Bhagwan ki bhakti karni hai. I need to overcome this lust, anger, pride, greed, illusion, mad, kam, krodh, lobh, moh, mad, matsarya, everything, I want to overcome this. So I have this determination. And then second, U is for understanding. So understanding our scriptures, understanding our philosophy, we have fair idea. Okay, we know that this world is actually perverted reflection of the original Golok Vrindavan. So like if you are standing near a lake, the water is crystal clear, then we can see the reflection of the tree. Obviously that reflection is a perverted reflection, like Urdhamula Madha Shakham Aswastam Prahurvayam. But at least you can see that reflection. So to understand, or at least have some idea and the reflection of the spiritual world, we have to come to the mode of goodness. Unless and until we come in the mode of goodness where the water is still, we cannot actually perceive it. But if there is little bit of commotion in the water, like for example, if we are not in the mode of goodness, but we are in the mode of passion, or we are mode of ignorance, then it will be very, very difficult for to reach. So therefore, what we need to understand, we need to come to this understanding of at least being in the mode of goodness, right? If we are in the mode of goodness, then we can actually achieve Krishna easily. And then the third is S, submissiveness. So in ignorance, the lust makes us suffer. So ignorance is actually a big bondage. So when we understand this, that yes, then one naturally automatically becomes, submissive. They surrender to Ram, they surrender to Krishna, they surrender to the instruction of the Guru, they surrender it to the devotee. Okay, and that is the whole process, Sharanagati. So when we surrender, ourselves, we become submissive, we become humble, we become tolerant. Trinadapi sunichena taroreva sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Then when we submit, we can really, take up to this process very, very easily. One who is really meek and humble, Krishna is easy to be attained. One who's proud, no, Ravan was very proud. He was proud of his wealth. He was proud of his valor. He was proud of his power. He had everything, but he got defeated actually. So Lord Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he doesn't like pride. So submissiveness is very important. And last, T, D-U-S-T. T is for training. And we all need training. We are not born devotees from the womb of, mother. There are few fortunate souls, but everyone needs to get trained properly in the process of devotional service. And therefore this sambandh, abhiday and prayojan. So this is very nice, very important, that propensity to love is there, but we need some practice to invoke that love. Like Nitya Shuddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabu Noy, but Shravanadi Suddha Chitta Koriye Uday. Right, Shukar Prabhu? That love of Krishna is there in everyone's heart, but it can be awakened. It can be awakened by hearing. So when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam class, we hear Bhagavad Gita class, we come in the association of devotees, we hear to the instructions of the devotees, we take association of devotees, we develop this skill. So then with this dust of determination, understanding, submissiveness and training, we can overcome lust. So the lust can be overcome by dust. So I will just give a very small quick summary, or maybe devotees can tell me what they remember. Basically just tell me the 10 warnings, and I want it in the order, the order which we have spoken. So please unmute yourself, or please raise your hand so that I can tell you to tell, so that there is no everyone gets the chance. So my request is, please raise your hand, and if you can please switch on your video. This is my humble request. Devotees can switch on their video at least now, and or raise your hand electronically or physically. And then, so who gave the first warning to Ravan? Raise your hand. Who's raising the hand? I cannot see till now. 2 participants. Madhusudan Prabhu. हाँ, किसने दिया पहला वार्निंग?
मरीश ने दिया.
Very nice. Marish ने दिया. ठीक है. Second, Anita ji, you can tell. Who gave the second warning? Anita ji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry,
Second.
Prabhuji, I just lost it.
Oh, acha. Who will tell? Kavi?
Hanuman.
Hanuman was second. Okay, Neha ji, you tell. Who gave the third warning? Third warning. कौन बोलेगा? Third warning. Vibhishan, very nice. Vibhishan was third. Who was fourth?
Spice.
नहीं. Kौन? I am not seeing somebody's hand. Please switch on your videos. I don't know why devotees are afraid of not switching.
His grandfather.
Tulsi Mataji, tell who was the fourth one? Fourth warning.
That Spice.
Spy. Yeah, that is Shuk and Sharan. Very nice. Then fifth.
His grandfather.
No, fifth was, before that there was somebody else. Angad. Very nice, Angad. Then sixth was grandfather Malyavan. Seventh was Mayadanav. And then eighth was Kumbhakarna. Okay, I will only tell now. Ninth was Indrajit and 10th was Mandodari. So just to remember that these were the 10 warnings Ravana got, but unfortunately with his 10 heads he couldn't understand this, and unfortunately he lost it. So we have to conquer this lust with dust. And what is the acronym of dust? Who will tell me? Please raise hand. Please raise hand. I will ask whoever raises the hand. Dust acronym. Kavirupa Mataji, you remember? Tulsi Mataji.
Devotees, I understand the dust of devotees, but it should be D for devotees. The other thing, devotees, satsang.
D for not devotee. D for determination.
Yeah, that is also you told. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
D is determination. Then U is for understanding. S is for submissiveness, and T is for training. So with training. T is training. Somebody can write it on the group window for everybody's benefit. So this is determination, understanding, submissiveness, and training. So with dust we can conquer the lust. So this was what we read today. So here I will stop. Sorry for going little on overboard, as always I do this offense and mistake. I'm sorry for that, taking more time of the devotees, but I would like to express my gratitude once again to all the devotees for their blessing. Thank you very much. And if there is any shortcoming, limitations or mistakes, then please you can correct me, or you can just bless me, and you can take as a Sargrahi devotee whatever is best, and ignore the rest. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री रामायण महाकाव्य की जय, वाल्मीकि मुनि की जय, भगवान श्री रामचंद्र जी की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, जय प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल.
I think Prabhu, see, we always know anchor to hear about the glories of the Lord Shri Krishna, and whenever I hear about this the Ramayana, it was so wonderful that we missed the chance to talk about, to hear about Lord Rama's pastimes and the Ramayana very often, unlike Lord Shri Krishna. But it was very wonderful that when you talked about Dasarathan, and the difference between the 10 heads of the 10 senses about Ravana, and the 10, how we can make use of that the 10 senses in a right way, directions. It was so wonderful, Prabhuji. It was very nice. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And I also learnt a lot today by having this question and answer session. Apologies, in between I have to do some household work and I missed the chance to hear something, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. But it was very wonderful, Prabhuji. We would like to hear more about Ramayanam. I think we need to refresh our knowledge also often with Ramayanam, because after Krishna, Rama becomes secondary for us now. No, I'm just saying, for me, I am unqualified person, because we eager to hear like so many pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna. We have Krishna book, but sometimes Ramayanam is also equally important that we missed it. It was very nice, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji, for your kind word. Indeed, one devotee, he says actually that there is absolutely means absolutely, there is absolutely no difference between Lord Ram and Krishna. So that is what so he says, Ram Krishna dono ek hai, antar nahi nimesh. So nimesh means there is a second. Okay, second का भी जो second होता है उसको निमेश बोलते हैं. So he said that even that much difference is not there between Ram and Krishna. Both are same personality. So he says Ram Krishna दोनों एक है, अंतर नाही निमेश, इनके नयन गंभीर है. किनके? राम के. He says राम के नयन गंभीर है और इनके चपल विशेष. And Krishna's eyes are moving just. That is the only difference. He said Ram's eyes are straightforward, Krishna's eyes are not. That's the only difference. Otherwise they both.
And we always go for hearing more kathas about Lord Shri Krishna. Ramayana, yes, we treat it as okay. Lord is a king. He's the ruler. We learn lot of moral like this, like we teach to our children and all. But Krishna's pastimes are so close, and when we even Balacho children class, we talk about more about Krishna, because the childhood pastimes that will make them to understand the more about our scriptures knowledge, they get it. But Ramayana is like, it's like for adults kind of a story.
No, it's not like that. Even Ramayana can be taught for children. Indeed, Jija Mata would teach Ramayana to Shivaji. So when he was a child. So obviously it is there, but see, I'll tell you, we need to understand the context. Prabhupada was 70 years of age when he went to America, 69. He had hardly few years in his hand. Okay, and therefore he stopped Bhagavatam and he actually did Chaitanya Charitamrita translation and purport before he could even complete, and then he couldn't, he could come to the 10th canto, 13th chapter only. So Prabhupada said that if he had time, he would have actually also, given a proper commentary on Ramayana also. But then there are many other devotees who have, written their commentary on Ramayana. They have written the books in Ramayana, even within ISKCON. So we have so much of, wealth of knowledge which we can go, and there is so much to do. In like, as I started saying that Ramayana externally looks just like a story, like Leela, but there are deep encrypted messages, within inside, which you need somebody to decode it. And then only, when you, it is coded message, you need to decode it. Then we can understand Ramayana. Okay.
Sure,
Thank you.
Prabhuji.
Thank you for your wonderful comment.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hari Bol. Learned a lot, Prabhuji. Hari Krishna.
Anybody else has any comment or any question?
Prabhuji, it was really wonderful. Wonderful, Prabhu. These 10 sequences, 10 heads, all those are really not known to many, many people. And even I haven't heard earlier of all these things. Today, I also realized that how
eye opener.
It was really wonderful.
Really wonderful. Everything is there in our scriptures, but unfortunately, many things we don't know. So
don't use the eyes properly.
There is a lot to learn. 1 second, I'm hearing Sukkar Prabhu's voice. Just a second, let me just spotlight him. Where is our dear Sukkar Prabhu? Yes, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhu, you are that Hanuman when you gave, no? That was having so much information as Hanuman. And actually you go so deep that you do the research and development and you come back. आप इतना बार पढ़ के सब निकाला ना.
मैं जानबूझ के और डीप में नहीं गया क्योंकि मैं घड़ी मेरे सामने ही है, बिल्कुल सामने घड़ी है. And I knew that every time, we just go overboard and take time of devotees. And fearing that, I didn't speak much. Otherwise, मेरे को एक क्षण के लिए तो लगा था कि 5 मिनट में वो चार ऑब्स्टेकल भी कवर कर लूं हनुमान जी का. When he jumped over, but I restricted myself. I said no problem, because that's a very nice life lesson in that 4 obstacles. In the life.
बोलिए ना प्रभु, क्यों छोड़ रहे? Because कल हम जिंदा है कि पता नहीं है. अभी हम है तो मत वो भी 5 मिनट में बोलिए ना प्रभु.
आपके आदेश का तो पालन करना मेरा सौभाग्य है प्रभु जी. But the first obstacle, obviously you know it, but just for my purification, I am just repeating. Like, you want to just like, for example, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted Ramananda Rai to speak, although he knew everything. So I'm just, everything, but I'm just speaking, Prabhuji. So the first obstacle was Mainak Parvat, which is, considered as complacency. So he gives some kind of, inducement to Hanuman, and he says that your father had helped me, to take shelter here, Pavan Dev. So I want to reciprocate. I want to offer you something. So you please have some nice fruits, drink some nice nectar, rest here for some time. You must be tired. You are just, then you go ahead. Then Hanumanji says, no, I am on the mission. I am on the mission of Lord Ram. So Ram kaj karibe ko atur. He is atur to do Ram ka kaam. Wo baithega nahi aisa karke. So he just touches with his hand Mainak Parvat, gives him the respect. He says that I cannot take rest. He just touches and then he goes. So this is the first obstacle which Hanumanji faces in his journey, and that is considered as complacency. So many times when we become little senior, the leaders and all those things, people give so much of respect, so much of worship and all those things. And if we just accept that and remain there, but we have to continue. That's what the lesson is actually. Then second comes Sursa. So Sursa, she opens up the mouth and says that I have a boon, you have to enter my mouth, otherwise you cannot go ahead. Hanumanji says, see, I am again going for Lord Ram's work. Please allow me to go. Sursa says no. So then Hanumanji increases his size and Sursa increases her size of the mouth. So like, 10 yojan, 20, 30, 100. And then when Sursa opens up 100 yojan, Hanumanji becomes like a mosquito, goes inside the mouth of Sursa and he comes back immediately. And Sursa says, you are very intelligent. You are so Gunwan and Vidwan actually. Hanumanji, he says that you have my blessing. You please go and you will be Vijay. So that Sursa represents what? Can somebody tell me? Sursa represents what? What challenge in life of a devotee? So first I told was complacency. Sursa represents what? Anybody? कोई try करना चाहेगा? Sursa represents pride. Pride. So pride, so the pride का एक ही तोड़ है, humility. So Hanumanji becomes humble. He takes the small position and comes out. That's how you can actually overcome the pride. Then what is the third obstacle Hanumanji gets? तीसरा कौन सा राक्षस आता है बीच में? Anybody remembers name? मैंने अभी बोला था. सिम्हिका. सिम्हिका क्या करती है? सिम्हिका catches the shadow of Hanumanji and pulls Hanumanji down. So there are some people in this world who will catch your shadow. So like for example, there is everything is good about somebody, but there is one small problem somewhere, and some people will attack upon that only, and they will try to pull you down, right? Everyone is nodding their head. So this is what generally happens in unfortunate material world. So Simhika catches Hanumanji and then puts Hanumanji inside her mouth. So how Hanumanji deals with Simhika? Simhika. So Sursa, Simhika. Simhika, how does he deal? He actually tears. He tears apart Sursa and comes out. So, and what Simhika represents? It represents jealousy. Jealousy or ego. तो उसको तो मारना ही पड़ता है. Then only you can come. And then finally, what is the fourth obstacle Hanumanji gets? This is easy. Everyone will know. What is the fourth obstacle Hanumanji faces?
Lankini.
Lankini is the fourth one. So she is like immigration officer. Doesn't allow Hanumanji to go inside, and Hanumanji takes a small form of a monkey or cat, and then he tries to enter, but he says that you cannot enter. You need my approval, my visa. Then only you can go. And then Hanumanji requests, and she throws Hanumanji behind. Then Hanumanji becomes very angry and he gives one slap. And Sursa goes, this Lankini goes miles away, falls, comes, and then falls at the feet of Hanumanji. तो हनुमानजी बोलते पहले समझ में नहीं आया जब रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा था. Then she said, no, अभी याद आ गया ब्रह्मा जी ने जो बोला वो. Now Lanka will be doomed, Ravan will be killed. You please go inside. So what does Lankini represent? Lankini ka, what challenge Lankini represent?
Pride, no.
नहीं, not pride. Yes, तुलसी माता जी. False pride हो गया. That is Sursa. This is obstacle in preaching mission. So they are obstacle in the preaching mission, that you are trying to preach and somebody says you cannot preach in my area. Okay, you cannot preach here, you cannot preach here, you cannot do like this, you cannot do like, they are trying to, like for example, sometimes some people complain, हमको तो यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा experience है, कोई पुलिस बुला देता है, कोई क्या कर देता है. So these are all obstacles. So thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
And what is it represent this one? This one, what is that quality you said? No, like.
No. The fourth obstacle is like preaching. So preaching may you have to become bold. You have to become little bold, and then only you can go ahead. Like Hanumanji, he slapped
Mara.
Mara. So क्या है कि sometimes you have to take calculated risk. Obviously, you cannot take the complete risk, but you have to have some kind of kshatriya qualities also. Then only preaching can go forward. Otherwise, it's very difficult.
Ramayana का बहुत expert in the sense you get special blessing from Ram and Hanuman, because अब उसमें बहुत तीव्र भक्ति करके रखा है आपने, so much.
Prabhuji, thank you for your blessing. That is what, I'm meaning. The blessings of devotees is like our kavach. Everything. I don't have really knowledge, nothing.
This is
But
the humility. This is the humility.
No, I'll tell the truth, Prabhu. I'll tell the truth. Maybe I have little liking because I was born on Hanuman Jayanti. So my material birth is on Hanuman Jayanti, and my spiritual birth is on Ram Navami. So I got initiated. So maybe I have some connection with Lord Ram and Hanuman. That is how I look at it. That is the only blessing. Otherwise, I have no knowledge. Knowledge में तो मैं बहुत पीछे है, प्रभु जी, as I told. But ठीक है, all devotees are very kind and considerate. So that is our good fortune.
You are a Pandit,
Haribol.
not.
Haribol.
Yes,
बहुत
Anil
बड़े.
Anant Bhagwan, Prabhu.
Yeah, a small question, if you don't mind. It's already late. Rameshwar Kanaya Prabhu, he has to give permission.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, Rameshwar Kanai Prabhu, do we have your permission?
Yeah, sure, Prabhu.
Yeah. Prabhuji, this Valmiki Ramayana and Tulsi Ramayana.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Now, there was a time, probably, if my understanding is correct, Valmiki Ramayana was only advised in ISKCON to study. Okay. And recently, I heard from Prashant Mukund Prabhuji that ISKCON recognizes now Valmiki Ramayana, Tulsi Ramayana, and some Ramayana, what shall I say, writings or from
Ramayana, Adhyatma Ramayana, there are many Ramayans actually.
Yeah, okay. So now, did you have any time to, or you can enlighten us more on the differences in Tulsi Ramayana and Valmiki Ramayana, the way it is perceived by many senior devotees, or anything you have some comments on that?
No, thank you for your question, Prabhuji. So first of all, as I already told, I'm not a scholar. I'm not a literary scholar actually, and neither I have completely read both the Ramayans. I have read little bit, heard many lectures. Have also read Shubhilas Prabhu's books, Chaitanya Charitamrita book, and even I have read Ramayana of His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj, and one more Ramayana I have read, that is, I believe, Purna Pragya Prabhu, His Grace Purna Pragya Prabhu, who is a Prabhupada.
Great.
That's a small Ramayana, Bhakti Vikas Maharaj and Purna Pragya Prabhu, they have written. So I have read that, but I really don't know, what exactly is, the differences between all these Ramayana, like Adhyatma Ramayana, Kamba Ramayana, Tulsi Ramayana, yes, meaning there are some devotees who say, but obviously the most authentic Ramayana is definitely Valmiki Ramayana, because that's the original Ramayana, and all other Ramayana or the Ramcharitmanas have
add on.
And Ramcharitmanas was written in a local language for a local people to understand better, who didn't know Sanskrit much. So it was written in Awadhi language. But definitely I have heard His Holiness Radha Govinda Goswami Maharaj speaking a lot from Tulsi Ramayana, because I have heard many of his lectures also. And one of the favorite pastimes of which I like from the lectures of Radha Govinda Maharaj is Kevat pastime. And I believe that pastime is not there in Valmiki Ramayana at all. It is there just only in Tulsi Ramayana. But no worries. Meaning,
Prabhu, you only told about Kevat, about that example, that when Ram gave that ring of the Sita Devi, he didn't take,
He didn't take
अब उसमें थोड़ा बड़ा करके बोला था बहुत अच्छे से.
वो बिल्कुल वो राधा गोविंद महाराज का लेक्चर से सुन के ही मैंने बोला था. That is his lecture only. He has given more than 1 hour lecture actually. बहुत डिटेल में बोला महाराज. So it's a very nice episode. But ठीक है, मतलब as far as meaning, मैं उसका ऐसा लेता हूँ कि अभी हमारा तो लाइफ बहुत छोटा है और पढ़ने के लिए बहुत कुछ है. तो अगर हम लोग पहले 24,000 वर्ष पढ़ ले वाल्मीकि रामायण का, उसके बाद we can go to some other रामायण also. No harm in that actually. और जहां से हमको अच्छा चीज मिलता है, that we can accept. Example, Prabhupada quotes Chanakya, and Chanakya says that even if you find gold from garbage, you can
take it.
there is no problem as such. So whatever is the good thing we should take. Whenever there is a controversy जो हमको समझ में नहीं आता है, we should leave it, because sometimes there is the life में you have a choice. Either we can do good thing or we can do controversy. और controversy करेगा तो एक life छोटा पड़ जाएगा unnecessary का. तो इसलिए अपना दिमाग ज़्यादा खपाना नहीं है बहुत सारी चीजों में जो, like for example, I know Kavi Rupa Mataji, asked in a very proper mood, but I generally don't pay so much of attention to a technical aspect. ऐसा क्यों वैसा क्यों, क्योंकि मुझे समझ में भी नहीं आता है और मेरा बुद्धि भी कमजोर है. तो we should actually accept the essence, सारग्राही, हमको सार लेना है और वो सार पकड़ के आगे चलना है, क्योंकि one life is very small actually. To even read complete Valmiki Ramayana will take like years together to even properly understand. Like one verse के अंदर इतना नेक्टर भरा हुआ है कि हमारे को बहुत टाइम कम पड़ जाता है. So this is my thought. Anand Bhagwan Prabhu, I'm sorry.
Prabhuji, I recall one devotee telling that we all devotees in the process of trying to many times get overwhelmed with lot of revealed scriptures from so many. So he said, just please note that revealed scriptures are the revealed scriptures. It's like an ocean. But the objective of every revealed scripture is only to help you manifest the pure love for the Lord.
Perfect.
That is the only objective of every revealed scripture.
Perfect.
So just keep that in mind. And then if any scripture you are attracted to, it's all right. Take that attraction, respect that attraction. But remember, the only objective of every revealed scripture is to help you manifest the pure love for the Lord. That's all. There is nothing more than that. So this touched me, and then my mind stopped pondering on actually many scriptures. And whether you're reading Chaitanya Charitamrita or Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam or Ramayana, anything, that thought started penetrating me. And it helped me actually calm my mind, because I used to also look for here, there's so many things, and I was getting lost in the ocean. But one day, this devotee helped me stabilize my thoughts on that. And with your permission, forgive me if I have been somewhat little offensive in my expression.
No, not at all, Prabhuji, not at all. Yeah. You told very nicely, Prabhu. Yeah. No, you told very nicely, and it is very, very nice that some devotees will get attracted to some scriptures. Like for example, meaning this is our small forum, and Sukhkar Prabhu is there. I'm just that I am particularly attracted to Chaitanya Charitamrita. Somehow or other, I don't know. My attraction is more to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, because it is actually in a kavya form. Also, even Valmiki Ramayana is in the kavya form, but Sanskrit I don't understand. But this Bengali is so sweet actually that sometimes I just by reading Bengali verses, I don't have to even read, like Hindi meaning. You understand? It is so easy.
Like Hindi only.
It's like Hindi only. So sometimes some devotees will get attracted to Bhagavad Gita, somebody will attracted to Bhagavatam, somebody will get attracted to Chaitanya Charitamrita, somebody will be so much of like in Ramayana, like for example Nandu Prabhu, he has mastery on Ramayana, so he has so nicely and so every devotee, they have their own taste depending upon what their heart takes into. And some devotees are more attracted to Nityananda Prabhu. Some devotees are attracted to Prabhupada. Like I know there are some devotees who are Prabhupada Anugas. They will only speak main Prabhupada.
Rameshwar Prabhu.
Yes.
He only wants that his Leelamrita. उसमें ही डूब गया. और उसमें सब कुछ है. भागवत में दिन से Leelamrita.
Yes. Because Prabhupada is person.
Prabhuji, you had said, I think 2-3 or last month, that Brihad Bhagavatam is also at your heart. You remember that?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Yeah.
And you said,
because it's a journey of the soul, how the soul reaches to Krishna. It's also very dear, very, very nice scripture.
So in case you get any time, then please I request you to just throw some, your service on Brihad Bhagavatam.
Sure. Whenever Rameshwar Kanai Prabhu gives me some chance, In future,
Jai.
we will try.
Haribol.
Thank you for your comment, Vijay, and I'm sorry if
Prabhu,
I couldn't completely satisfy.
Prabhu, why you like Chaitanya Chandra? One person asked Prabhupada one day that who is great, Krishna or Radharani or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So Prabhupada just gave one thing. Krishna is sugar, Radharani is white milk, Chaitanya Chaitanya is kheer. Now I don't want to tell you any more thing. You just do whatever you want. So वो बोला नहीं है बड़ा छोटा बोल के. तुमको sugar क्या दूध क्या पायसम क्या कौन सा? बस. Now
रसगुल्ला चैतन्य संदेश रसगुल्ला है, दूध और शक्कर को मिला के रसगुल्ला बना दिया.
मिला के दे दे.
It is very well.
Prabhupada also never tell this is great or big or small. He just give him an example and said, I want to stop that. No more question. बंद कर दिया.
बरोबर है. So anyway, कोई बड़ा कोई छोटा नहीं होता, you know.
सब एक ही है.
अपना मतलब there is a attraction. Some devotees are attracted to something, you know, like some devotees get attracted to prasadam.
Yeah, that
Some
means
get
myself.
attracted to deity worship. Some get attracted to Hari Katha.
Yes.
So,
Prabhuji, it is 10:50 there.
oh my God, sorry Prabhuji. I'm
Prabhuji is sitting like Prabhuji has to wake up 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Sukkar Prabhu, sorry to take.
No, I am enjoying.
He is enjoying.
See, you are like Malpo. I'm just enjoying that. How can I leave it now? And yesterday, actually, Ajit Prabhu gave one good instruction. He met Banu Maharaj. He did 2 days full service. He said, what is the takeaway? The takeaway he has told, 8.45. If you don't sleep at 8.45, your life is waste. You should sleep every day 8:45, then you can have a very good life, long life, good sleep, good preaching. So he said, how will be more? Because then this class time will change. India and that Ajmal time is
In the
different.
class, we are probably making some offenses, Rameshwar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Anyway,
Okay. Thank you so much.
I will ask sincere forgiveness from all the devotees.
No, Prabhu, it is so wonderful, wonderful discussion. Everybody love to hear all this. Everything is a new. Definitely for me, Ramayana is too far, and whatever you are saying is it's rolling around. So I am taking notes. Definitely, Prabhu. Thank you so much, bro.
But you are yourself nectar for all of us. आपको देख के nectar याद आ रहा है.
Yes.
You are Rasamrita. आपका नाम भी Rasamrita दिया है. रस्सी है. Full.
I am not nectar, Prabhuji. I am a gutter.
Rasa Amrita hai aap.
Prabhu, how can Radhanath Maharaj can go wrong, Prabhu?
Rasamrita.
Not like that. Obviously, Maharaj ne. But the most important part is not Rasamrit, but Das. You know, because Maharaj only told us saying that the most important part in your name is Das.
Das.
Always remember that, you know. That is
लेकिन रसामृत का दास ने इसका रस सबके ऊपर पड़ा है. उसके ऊपर कोटिंग हो गया. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva pitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Ananta Koti Vaishnav
Vrinda ki jai, Rasamrit Prabhu ki jai, Ramayan ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Gaur Premanande.
Hare.
So, with all your permission, shall we end the session, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. The copy bhejna, Prabhu. This copy is so important now.
Definitely, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.